he was a really positive player for Leicester, and he'll be wanting to give the Eagles a hard time tonight.
He's took that rebound off Okafor's missed three. The other guy who's interested me as well is the point guard, number 9, Andre Siska. He actually played for Basket Bruno in this building against the Eagles as Cavell tips it in.
Well, they've got a bit of size, so obviously the Eagles need to toughen up and tighten up the interior defence. Everybody's got to be involved in box outs, keep them away from getting simple little tips like that.
For Borden to Jack for 2 is in and out. Zach comes up with the rebound, gives it to Elvis. It's going to be hard to keep saying that, gives it to Elvis. How many Elvis songs can I get in the commentary? Yeah, Siska, as I say, he played for Basket Bruno in a 6-point loss here to the Eagles. He had 12 points and 10 assists in that game. Zach goes for 3, can't make it, but there's Vapel again.
Yeah, it's the second time he's been in and got the tip in. We need Camway or whoever's assigned to him to get into him and push him away, box him out, keep him away from the offensive boards.
It's interesting that he's actually, not only is he starting, he's kind of like got another 3 from the Eagles.
Yeah, Hammond at the moment is the guy with the hot hand. Means they've got to adjust their defence, which will open up an opportunity for somebody else.
Elvis for 2. He looks pretty sharp as well.
Yeah, well, Elvis is, I think, one of these guards who likes to see what options are available for himself first, but he's also shown that he's capable of kicking out a pass. Great defence there from Holmes, because we all thought that Maceo Jack was on his way for an easy dunk.
Elvis pulled up as well. He didn't go for the shot. Well, that's off this time though.
Well, certainly the Eagles would rather see him out there than crashing the boards.
Okafor drives hard. That's going to be a foul on number 22, Dominic Zach. It's interesting as well when you go to the ENBL website that they've kind of got the names the other way around, so it's a little bit like confusing for me in commentary tonight. Darius Defoe comes on for Emmanuel Canway. Darius, who only played a minute in the final.
Yeah, I was very surprised at that. Whether he was carrying a niggle or an injury, or he's been given limited minutes, but certainly brought in early tonight. Because Canway, of course, has been suffering a little bit from a knee problem.
Okafor makes both from the line. Eagles down by 1, 9-8. Elvis drives, kicks it back. Siska, inside. That's very, very poor interior defence from the Eagles.
Well, the poorness of the defence was the fact that Darius went out there, threatened the hard screen, and nobody rotated onto Darius's man. Can't afford to give away easy baskets like that at this stage. Again, you see Darius is there helping out, and they're not getting the rotations right on that help out situation off the ball.
Another 3 from Elvis. Great drive from Burden, left-handed layup.
Well, this is the tactic Burden used in the final quarter against the London Lions, and frankly, I thought he terrorised them.
Yeah, the Eagles definitely had London wobbling at one stage, but just couldn't get it over the line. Siska drives to the basket. His 2-point floater is good.
There's a bit of a veteran feel about this team in the way they're patient in the build-up, and then very, very distinct in the way they go for the killer move.
I think the thing is as well, Dave, you know, there are 4 players who all played on Wednesday night who haven't even travelled with this squad. Very unusual. Maceo Jack for 3 is no good.
Well, let's hope that's their problem and not the Eagles.
Zach knocks it.
What I mean by that is if they've got a limited rotation, then that automatically improves chemistry, and the better players will get more minutes.
Zach, nice ball inside, and that's a foul by Defoe.
Yeah. Darius is looking in amazement, but I think
innocence of Darius Defoe.
Yeah, the whole building saw his left hand go out and redirect the flight of that player going for the offensive rebound.
5:18 to go. Eagles down 16-10.
Early days yet, but they've made slightly the better start.
Well, they've scored inside and outside, haven't they, at the moment, Dave, as well, so. Nice little bounce pass. Holmes, who hasn't scored, still hasn't scored because Maceo Jack got up there. Brilliant block from Maceo Jack as Holmes drove to the basket, but good recycling by Dominic Zak, and he gets fouled as he goes trying to put the layup in. Eagles making 3 substitutions. Cole Long, Rayshon Taylor, Sauvé Kande come in. Gus Okafor, Dion Hammond and Terrell Burton come out.
Well, obviously, Coach Studel's got a game plan here. A lot of coaches will be wary of making a lot of changes early in the game when you're already gone 16 down, and just adjustments in defense will make the difference. The Eagles have got to get better off-ball defense.
I think the thing is as well, you wonder as well if he is going to have one eye on that game on Sunday afternoon as well. But he always says to me, I only look at the game ahead.
That's right, one game at a time.
Yeah. Again, we know it's a cliche, but it's also a very true cliche.
One more time, Eagles fans, let's get loud!
Zach is missed one, makes one, missed one. Taylor takes the rebound, gives it, well actually Burton didn't come off in the end. Oh, nice. Nice play by Terrell Burton.
There's a lot of things we've learned about Terrell Burton before he came. One of the most significant is how quick he is.
I think he's just got to like become the leader as well a little bit on this team. Good defense by Kande. Gets the ball to Long. Long and Taylor coming forward. Kande going to drive. Kicks it back out to 4.
Yeah, great recycling there from Kande. Great recycling.
There's Burton again. Kande turns the corner. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Burton will shoot the 3. Doesn't make it. And that's going to be a foul by Sauvé Kande.
Yeah.
Is it, or is it? No,
well,
it's given on Siska.
He's given it against number 9 for his boxing out on Kande, but frankly, from a coach's point of view, this is exactly how you want people to do the box out on defense.
Siska takes a break. Goga comes in. Adam Goga, the Olomoucko captain.
I think Kande's in for very early. I think he's in for 2 reasons. One is to defend their point guard, and secondly, if he gets open for 3-point shot, we all know what the outcome of that's going to be.
Cole Long, meanwhile, he had a 3-point shot open, didn't drop. Bill, Elvis, nice step back. 2-point shot is no good. Taylor flies in with the rebound for the Eagles. Steps back. Kande gets it to 4. Against Phil. Good defense by the big fella.
Yeah, I think his height made Darius change the direction of his shot in midair.
Jaron Holmes, who still hasn't scored. Still hasn't scored. Eagles do well on the boards. Tidying it up. Burton. I was going to say I'm surprised he didn't attack there, and he did in the end. The foul is on Jared Holmes. Ex-Leicester Rider.
Holding foul on Olomoucko, number 13, Jared Holmes.
Substitutions both sides. Burton this time does take a break, and Mitch Clark is on.
His first team set. Eagles ball.
And we have Jordan Oof. And this new Canadian, Kevin Mervot, who's only just arrived in the Czech Republic, and there's only I think he played on Wednesday, played very limited minutes on Wednesday, but he's off the bench early in the first quarter. Kevin Mervot. Mervot. It's his first professional contract at York University in Canada. Mitch Clark for 3. It's good. think Mitch Clark should probably shoot a bit more.
Yeah, well, you know, fingers crossed that the Czech team will just leave him that wide open. He's going to nail them all night long if he's given that amount of time.
Pulls the Eagles back to within 2. That's going to be a foul, I think, on Mitch Clark. Yeah.
Well, it's the 4th one, and they're obviously the next one is a bonus to them, but considering we've played 7 minutes already, or 7.5 minutes already, that's not a bad situation foul-wise.
Conway comes back in. Darius Defoe takes a seat. Holmes to inbound. Not the point guard, but he certainly looks as if he's the leader of this team. Levart to Goga. Elvis takes the ball back off him. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Hail Mary 3, and there's going to be a foul underneath by Manny Conway.
Well, that's disappointing to me because I thought Rajon Taylor did a great job to keep Elvis under pressure.
Kevin Mervat, a 6'9" Canadian. He will go up the line to shoot 2. He's from Toronto, Ontario. He was at Nipissing University and finished on 23-24 at York University. And hasn't played since then, according to my notes, although notes are found. Misses the first, makes the second. 3-point game, 18-15. So Olomoucko. Taylor step back 3 is good. Eagles once again shooting the 3 ball.
There's some very good programs in Canada, Jeff, but there's only actually one Canadian school plays in the NCAA across the border. That's Simon Fraser from British Columbia.
As you say, we know there's a lot of, that's a foul by Mervat, illegal screen. Yeah, we know there's a lot of players in the SLB who go home to, or go to Canada in the summer and play in that league, don't they? Yeah. In the Canadian, the CEBL, which is a good league. A lot of players from the Canadian college system go into that. Meanwhile, Taylor goes all the way to the basket, reverse hand, almost unguarded. And the Eagles have come back from that 18-point to 10 deficit with 10 straight points. Siska back on court.
Well, the substitutions by both teams so far have had a benefit effect to the Eagles and a detrimental effect.
Conway battles hard with Mervat for the rebound. Taylor step back 3 again is off. Mervat takes the rebound. Here's Holmes once again. Can't get to the basket. Siska is wide open though. His 3 points no good. Good rebound by Goga, or has he called for a foul?
Oh, I think that's going to be offensive.
Nope. Yeah, it is. Yeah, absolutely right, Dave.
There's no way at all there could Mitch Clark be called for that foul. He didn't make the contact. He didn't initiate it.
Foul number 4, Alan Goga.
Well, it's good last 2 minutes for the Eagles. Gone from what was looking like a deficit that would give them a little bit of concern in the first quarter break to a 2-point lead, and potentially can stretch it even further if we can convert this offense.
Cole Long backing up against Siska. Bit of a mismatch.
That's a good matchup for Cole Long.
It is, isn't
that
it?
is a very good matchup.
Nice step back, but he can't make it. Rebound taken by Oof. One of the youngsters in the team. Mervat looks like a player who's just come into the side. It's a couple of mismatches already.
Well, those 3 substitutions have just put a bit more energy into the Eagles' defense, and they're forcing them now into errors. This was a tennis game. That would have been an unforced error.
Well, it certainly was an unforced error. Mitch Clark, 3 seconds on the shot clock, and he's made an unforced error as well. He's trying to find Sove Kande because there's only 2 seconds left on the shot clock.
Yeah.
So 1.8 left. Will it be a long heave? Yeah, he's called the travel. You literally can't move forward like that and try to inbound the ball.
Well, if the ball was inbounded and he committed a travel, there should have been some time come off that clock.
And this. So we're going to time out for the Eagles with 1.8 seconds to go, and we will go to an advert. We're back with 1.8 seconds left in the first quarter. The Eagles leading 20 to 18. He's obviously drawn up some kind of a play. And obviously, Eagles obviously got the ball in the right half.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the travel was good for the Eagles because it was in a position where the Eagles, if it's catch and shoot, have got a chance to execute it.
Clark, yeah, Taylor got it off, and Taylor made it. Well, if that was a play drawn up, it was perfection.
Play of the century, that.
1.8 left.
A lot of dummy runs by the Eagles, which left Sean Taylor wide open to receive the skip pass, but he still had to execute that shot, and he took it in great rhythm.
Brilliant finish for the Eagles, and a great run from 18-10 down to 23 points to 18 up, a 13-point run. Fantastic effort, and it's 23-18 after one. Rayshon Taylor coming off the bench for 8 points there personal to lead the Eagle Sorrows, and Elvis Kobe 8 points for the visitors Olomoucko.
Well, I thought Rayshon Taylor was the player that sparked the comeback against Bravo last week, and he's certainly been a positive effect on the team when he's come in. He's been a constant threat in terms of from the three-point line. We all know he's a great penetrator, but the other thing is I think he's done a great job on defense, particularly on the point guard.
Once again, I mean, obviously the Eagles are up 23-18, and we can see why, because on the highlights they're making three-point shots. You know, they've made 5. They've took 10 in the first quarter, and they've made 5 of them, which is a great percentage. But we just need to sort of possibly see a little bit more from them inside.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the thing about the modern game is the three-point line is so important, because if you're shooting, if you're making them, then it opens up the opportunity, pulls the defense out, giving you the chance for drive and kicks, drive to baskets. It really is just massive in today's game.
So it'll be Jaron Holmes to inbound the ball for Olomoucko.
This sounds like a crazy saying from the coaches, but what the coaches say is we love the three because it creates the layup.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. If you can get inside, I mean, I think that was one of the reasons I think Eagles almost came out against London. London only shot 3 of 20 from three-point range. And quite often, even if that three-point shooting's off, they take so many offensive rebounds. Holmes 4-3 is no good. Can't
well,
really
I think
Jaron Holmes.
Candy did enough there to put pressure on that shot. There's Taylor again.
Fadeaway 2 is no good. Zach takes the rebound.
It's the right move because the route to basket was cut off. The only thing he could have perhaps done better was reverse the ball for a wide open 3 on the weak side.
Słowiański's come on for a nice pass from Taylor, and the foul by Słowiański.
Well, we said last week against Bravo that one of the things the Eagles have to do to change the game round was to get that offensive transition going. That was a perfect example. Offense like that, and primary transition it's all about speed and numbers. And the Eagles had both there. They had more people down the floor, and they were outrunning the defense.
Clark at the line for 2, makes the first. And makes the second as well. Mitch Clark, 2 from 2 from the line. Takes it to 25 points, the 18 lead.
Puts pressure on. They really need to start to get a score. They've had a long dry spell.
And again, inside the ball, Eagles defense is better. Cole Long comes off the 2. Mitch Clark for 3 is no good. Great rebound by Manny Canway. Battles inside and is fouled by Cavill. Go up the line to shoot 2.
Miroslav, drop hill. Manny Canway heads to the line for 2.
Eagles were actually down 17-10 at one stage, so that's now just wait and see. Yeah, Canway makes the first. So the Eagles currently, as Canway faces the second, on a 17-1 tear.
You know, it just seems just yesterday, but it's probably about 4 years ago that a young 18-year-old came up, study at Northumbria and play NBL Division 1 for Newcastle Knights, and what a difference they've got now 4 years later. Obviously, I think his 3 years in Newcastle helped to develop him, but he also had a good year last year at Essex.
And then he went to Australia, didn't he? He had a good,
summer.
In the summer, and had a good series.
I think him and Clark have been 2 really good signings.
Yeah, both got kind of different career paths. Mitch Clark's a tough Australian boy. Hand off to Taylor. Taylor comes inside, outside to Long for 3 is good. Cole Long starts hitting 3s now. And not surprisingly, we have a timeout called by Olomoucko. And we will go to an advert as we do. So, Olomoucko having to take a timeout after a 20-1 run from the Eagles over the 2 quarters.
Yeah, well, I think that I don't think that they could have done any more there defensively. It was a great ball reversal, and Cole Long was in such good rhythm on that shot that the defensive player had no chance at all to get the block in. I think that defensive player did everything he could. It was just better offense, particularly on the execution of the shot.
Well, the Eagles are in an unusual position for them that they're actually in a 12-point lead in the first half. Recently, they've been down quite a bit in the first half and had to fight their way back. A couple of times they have done, 3 times they haven't. Phil 4-3 is no good. Nice tip in by Zach and a foul by Cole Long on the tip in. Certainly helps if you've got a 6'9", 6'10" guys who can shoot 3s, and you've got another one inside to get an offensive rebound.
Well, Zach's got that wily old veteran look about him, hasn't he? The way he plays, particularly without the ball. I mean, his first contributions were points from tip-ins, but more recently he's playing the stretch role for the defence.
Of course, as I said before, we've got no Bernie Andre, no Marek Nelson, no Kyla Filewich for Olomoucko.
Yeah.
All of whom played against Heracles on Wednesday.
That was poor offence from the Eagles because Sean Taylor is going to his left and he has a shooter, Hammond, who's pretty hot at the moment in this game, wide open with a kick out to the wing.
Yeah, Dion Hammond, 2 for 2.
I've just got one problem, Jeff, with Dominic Zak. I've got him down as number 22.
Well, again, this seems to be a common theme in the ENBL. They seem to wear different numbers.
Yeah.
Well, he's down as 22 on. He's wearing number 22. It's Clark for 2. Eagles up by 10, 32-22. Elvis turns one way, then the other. In the corner, wild 3 from Olomoucko. There's Hammond. He's missed that one though. Sovanitsky goes down in the paint. Not sure quite what happened there. Jaron Holmes. That'd be a second foul on Cole Long.
Well, in this turnaround, the Eagles defence has done a great job in keeping Olomoucko under pressure. There, unfortunately, for the last 2, we bailed them out with unnecessary fouls.
I think it was. I'm not sure it was a foul, Dave. Actually, I think it was just ball came off Cole Long's foot. Yeah. Elvis hand to Zach. Zach hand back to Elvis. Looks as if he wants to go himself. He does go himself. That's miles wild, really.
Yeah.
And then he bumps into Cole Long coming back down court. Taylor inside to Canway. Canway in for 2. Good footwork by Canway.
Yeah. Footwork combined with a really nice head fake. Had the defender up in the air. Then it was impossible for him to guard him.
Holmes 4-3 is no good. Still hasn't scored, Jaron Holmes. And there's the Eagles on the transition. And a slam from Dion Hammond, taking them to 8 points personal. Taking the Eagles up by 14. Carnage under the Eagles basket. Now Phil can't get that ball, but it's knocked dead by Canway. Good defense by Canway.
I think with 6:22 to go in this quarter and the Eagles dominating it, 36-22 up. I'm surprised we haven't had a timeout from the visiting coach to try to break this rhythm that the Eagles have got. A real good stranglehold on the game.
Jaron Holmes is good with a jumper.
I mean, praise the Eagles defense. In the last few minutes, it was non-existent there.
Mr. Muzil is the coach tonight. Matt Jones looks as if he's left the club, but I can't get that confirmed. It's not down anywhere. So it's Marek Muzil, I believe, the assistant coach has stepped up.
Eagles defense is forcing them into a lot of careless errors with the ball.
Very, very careless, as I say. Cole Long though missed the 3. Holmes driving, going coast to coast.
Well, that was a tough basket. He rode the contact really well, and he was totally focused. And beautiful place off the glass from Jaron Holmes.
One of those names, isn't it? Is it Jaron? Is it Jaron?
Yeah, well, whatever it is, I really liked him as a player when he was at Leicester.
Yeah, good player.
I think it was his rookie season, if I remember rightly, when he was at Leicester. Probably, what 4 seasons ago?
Yeah, 22-23.
Yeah.
Sorry, 23-24, and as you say, it was his rookie campaign. He came out of St. Bonaventure University.
Yeah, well, the surprising thing to me here is the team that needed to break up the Eagles' rhythm, is the visitors, and they didn't call the timeout. Coach Judel has, unless he's seen something where he thinks he's got a point where they can really push their advantage home in the remaining 4 minutes, 18 seconds of this quarter.
I think it's either that, Dave, or the fact that, you know, they did score 2 quick baskets, the Czechs, and perhaps he just wanted to just remind his team to keep focused, keep consistent. It's a word he uses an awful lot when he talks to me. Consistency.
That's been one of the biggest. That's one of the biggest problems. Consistency, particularly on defence. But the moment they're in the driving seat, and I guess he just wants to keep them under a little bit of pressure to make sure that they don't take the foot off the pedal.
Maceo Jack comes back on for the Eagles. Played the first 5 minutes or so and hasn't played since. Back on now, as is Gus Okafor. So Eagles making changes. Burden as well coming on. Burden, Okafor drives inside to Canway. Canway pushes Cavill out of the way and puts it in.
If I'd lost sight of there, I would have thought that was Darius Defoe finishing that. The way he used his veteran experience, and particularly that's the second time Canway's beat them with footwork.
Darren Holmes out to Elvis for 3. Elvis very much 3 or 4 now from 3-point range.
This is where the Eagles need to think about that consistency.
Okafor drives in, kicks it out. Maceo Jack hits the 3. Walks
and I think
puts his arms out, and that's what I've been telling you to do all game. Elvis to Holmes. Nice pass inside, but it's going to be fouls call, I think, on, is it Maceo Jack?
Well, he's going to have to make it the hard way, and I thought that was pretty good defence. They pressured them, they patrolled the 3-point line well in that phase of defence, and then when Holmes tried to make the penetrating back to basket, the weak side help was in beautifully timed.
Canway called for the foul. Holmes at the line to shoot 2. First one is no good.
As we like to say, let's be loud and let's be proud, Eagles fans!
Makes the second. 11-point gap, 41-30, 4:35 to go. Eagles in no rush. Burden brings it over the timeline. Okafor and Canway setting screens. Burden, nice pass. Nice pass and a great finish from Okafor. Pass makes the finish. Terrell Burden seems to be kind of like getting in the groove now. Always, oh, that's great defense by Hammond. Number 11, Marek. That's a foul.
Identical move there at both ends of the floor, but one finished with a basket and the other one finished with a steal for the Eagles. Just to highlight, I think how well the Eagles are playing defense off ball.
Marek Pulpan, it is, that's come in. Averages about 5 points a game. Hasn't played much in the competition though.
Olomoucko, number 11, Marek. Eagles ball,
Eagles inbound, 13 points in front. Chance to make it much more. Czech Republic side looking a little bit disjointed. Maceo Jack from the corner is in and out. Elvis takes it. Burden gets a good hand in there.
Yeah.
Disrupts it. Pick and roll, and that time it is a foul. Oh, offensive foul. Offensive foul call.
Eagles ball.
Well, can't argue that because the referee's in a better position to see that, but that looked like Elvis had got the better of Burden on that exchange there, but it wasn't to be.
Called for a handoff. Elvis. Burden. For inside. Great catch from Conway. Once again, he's fouled. Showing a lot of good moves inside.
Well, Conway, for one so young and in his first year in the SLB, showing a lot of nous in where to play in and around the key.
Yeah, I don't wish to sound critical. I mean, I did think he got found out a little bit in the final on Sunday, but then you're playing against London Lions, who are a Euro Cup team with really good inside players. But he's certainly come back well tonight. Got into foul trouble in the final, and I think it just completely disrupted his game. Up to 8 points personal now. He's also picked up 3 rebounds. And the Eagles are plus 14 when he's on the floor. And he gets a break now from Coach Stuttle. Cole Long comes back on and gets a great hand from the crowd for his contribution there. 45-30 Eagles lead. Down to about 3 minutes left in the half. Elvis once again. Crossover, trying to find a way through. Back to Holmes. Holmes drives hard. Misses the layup. Cole Long takes the rebound, gives it to Burden, and the Eagles are off and running again.
Yeah.
Inside to Okafor, kicks it out long. Long turn down to 3, steps further across. Still takes the 3, but misses it. Well, the ball seems to be in Elvis's hands a lot. Pulpan going to the basket, can't make it. Okafor takes the rebound. Hammond 4-3 is good. Dion Hammond on fire tonight.
There's
cruising away.
There is no defence to that shot because he'd made up his mind as the ball was on flight towards him, and he caught and went into his shooting action so quickly. There was no defence to it.
Jaron Holmes does keep getting to the basket, but unfortunately keeps missing.
Olomoucko ball. Line of your Eagles, Rachel Taylor.
Coach Musil and Kobe Elvis had a little bit of a confrontation there. I don't know if anybody caught that, but great defense by Cole Long again, gets the deflection. 2:07 to go, Eagles up by 18 at 48-30. Holmes 4-2 is no good. Jack takes the rebound. Goes to forward, he's got to go coast to coast, I think. And he does and has. Jack for 2. I think we're going to have a timeout from Olomoucko. 20-point lead now for the Eagles. Early on, it looks as if Olomoucko had come to play, but they've been completely. They've only scored 13 points to Eagles 40 since that lead.
And the turnaround was all started in the way you would want it by the defence. I thought they really stepped up the pressure. They started to pick up higher. But more importantly than anything, I think they got into the passing lanes and made it far more difficult for them to move the ball around. And there's enough footwork and good footwork in them to be able to do on-ball defence where there's not a massive amount of penetration. Holmes has got there a few times, but I think the help defence has done a great job when he has broken through past his man.
Dion Hammond leads all scorers with 11 points.
I mean, the way he's knocking those threes down, you'd want him to keep taking them.
3 of 5.
You put pressure on from the three-point line, as we've said so many times tonight already. It opens up and creates chances for inside points.
Mitch Clark and Rayshon Taylor both have 8 points. Sorry, Mitch Clark and Rayshon Taylor has 8 points. Manny Conway also on 8 points. Mitch Clark actually 7 points.
Yeah, I think you're just highlighting there what a good job the bench has done tonight.
Yeah. Here's Popan. Back to Siska. Now running the point. Elvis on the bench.
See, if you take your eye off the ball, every Eagle's in a good position without the ball, which is why they are struggling to find ball movements. Never mind taking the shot. In the end, they took one.
Because
simply to beat the clock.
Terrell Burden, I don't know if that was a shot or a pass off.
I think it was. I think he knew he couldn't get his shot off. It's a heck of a find.
Taylor drops to the three.
Very strong, Taylor.
Eagles continue to blow Olomoucko away. Holmes gets to the basket and is fouled. Jared Holmes he's driving to the basket, but he's not necessarily making them.
No, he's getting a lot of ball as well, isn't he? He's getting a lot of touches on the ball.
He's only 3 of 10.
And if they're going to go on with this drive and kick game, then they not have any chance at all for the bigs to get involved in the game, either with post-up moves or offensive rebounding.
We said the Eagles needed a very big win to give them any chance whatsoever. And a 23-point lead with 1:05 to go in the first half.
Well, the way this game's going, it's going to be a 30 to 40-point win. Is that going to be enough?
No, well, it all depends on Brussels' game next week. Oh, that's awful defense, really. Awful defense. Maceo Jack makes a breakaway. Rayshon Taylor finds him. I mean, as I say, Czech Republic team did play travel from Siska.
Well, they played on Wednesday, but that game was at home, wasn't it? So there was no complicated travel arrangements involved.
Well, apparently they didn't arrive until the early hours of this morning.
Oh, okay.
So they, probably are a little bit tired, but that's the thing about European schedules. You've got to take what you're given.
You know what coaches say to professional players? Tiredness is not an excuse.
Maceo Jack's three is just off. Siska gets the rebound. Holmes will push it. What about the long pass? Gives it to Pulpan instead. Gets it back. 15 on the shot clock. Pulpan, nice pass. Zach drives inside, nice kick out back. But Pulpan pulls the trigger for three, misses. But they recycle, and Zach for three. Again is another miss. Pulpan takes almost an apologetic rebound. Ball goes out of play. Our friend Mr. Roy Hepburn is off his chair, explaining to the referees what the foul was.
I think that he's saying that he went out of bounds before the whistle went, and therefore they've got to inbound the ball.
It's an Olomoucko ball. And checking in for your Eagles, Sube Kande.
Well, Kande's coming with 0.2 of a second on the back. Go long, stops the inbound pass. And that's all she wrote for the first half. Well, the Eagles are going to be delighted with that after weathering an early 7-point storm. They've turned it round and now lead by 22 points.
Well, that last offense to me kind of sums it up. The point guard came down the floor, and very early in the game, the point guard was coming down the floor. Everybody knew what the role was. It was either going to get kicked out to the wing, or there was going to be some rotation. But there, the guard had to signal for about 10 seconds before they got into their offense.
So you got some highlights going on now, and obviously we're going to collect some stats together as well before the second half, so we can give you some stats. But these highlights probably going to be pretty much one-sided highlights, I would have thought. Jaron Holmes doing well there to get to the basket. We've seen a lot of this. Jaron Holmes driving in. Elvis, they're the two that seem to be the ones who are making the effort. So from Dave and ourselves, we're going to go take a little break, get ourselves ready for the second half. The Eagles are in front. Newcastle Eagles 55 to BK Olomoucko with 33, and we'll see you for the second half.
We are Virtue. We have over many years built a nationwide network of local dealerships with a choice of amazing cars from the world's leading manufacturers, all cared for by our highly skilled technicians. For customers who continue to praise us to friends and family alike. Because we are Virtue.
Okay, welcome back to the second half of tonight's ENBL group qualifying game, with the Eagles 55-33 up against Olomoucko. We've got some game stats for you there, and unsurprisingly, the Eagles dominating. Well, actually dominating inside. If you look at it, Dave, 62% against 52%, but they've taken an awful lot more shots. 3 points, exactly the same, and Olomoucko actually taking more rebounds, but 12 turnovers. That's a big stat, really.
Yeah, I mean, that 12 turnovers is massive, and what would be important is if we could know how many of those were turned in. Eagles, look, 15 assists. That is a massive, because they're moving the ball, they're trying to find the best shooting options, and very often they're forcing their shots, which explains why they've only got 4 assists. But I'm surprised that they're out-rebounding the Eagles, and by 9 as well. But the Eagles' shooting percentage is what's dominating this game.
And just to answer your question, Dave, Eagles have 14 points from turnovers, and as they've only got 3 turnovers, the Czechs have got
that is
0 points.
Fantastic stat.
So back underway with the Eagles attacking the basket, and Hammond's 2-point shot is off.
Thought he was going to start the second half in the same way as he started the first. But the Eagles signaling their intent there, going to move the ball. If a shooter gets open, he's going to fire them.
Our producer was making a comment about Kobe Elvis, which we'll go to in a minute. If the next time he maybe gets it, as Dominic K goes inside and... Sorry, Dominic Zach. Dominic K, where did that come from? Dominic Zach for 2. It gets the first points of the half. Takes it down to a 20-point game. Ratio Jack turns the baseline well. Shot off the glass is no good, but he's fouled as he turned. Foul is on Jaron Holmes. That will be his second. Yeah. I was going to try actually to avoid Elvis puns, but I've been asked if I can get some in. I'm now testing my own knowledge of Elvis songs. But yeah, Kobe Elvis, blue suede shoes on his feet. Perhaps if I did a little less conversation, there'd be a lot more action guaranteed as well.
Sounds like you've been rehearsing those during the half-time break. He'll be shaking all over next.
That was Jerry Lee Lewis who was shaking all over. So,
Elvis sang it as well.
Cisco for 3 from the corner. Meanwhile, back in the basketball game.
Now that's the best offense they've played since the first quarter. Good ball reversal. Eagles a little bit slow to recover and got punished on the wide open look.
Cisco with 3. From the other corner, I thought he was... Gus Okafor was going to get the hometown bounce. Didn't get it. And there he goes. Elvis in the building. 2 points. Floater is in. So Al Burden turning the corner. Burden, oh, what a great pass to Canway. Okafor to Burden. Burden's pass to Canway was excellent.
Burden had a look, but Canway had a better look, and smart play by Burden.
His 4th assist of the game. Foul this end.
Eagles number 14, Ratio Jack. His first, team's first.
That last foul for the Czech Republic was actually on Capel, who's now on 3 fouls. Big fella comes out. Cisco thought about the 3, decided not to shoot it. Elvis for 3, off the backboard. Oh, but great steal. Came back and did really well because Canway was wide open, looked all over a 2-pointer.
Yeah. Defense is featuring very early on in this half. I thought their defense there was excellent as well. didn't give up any open looks at all.
Hammond's three's off, but Canway runs down the rebound. And that's good from Maceo Jack. Substitution, Adam Gober was off. And it's Kobe Elvis that comes off.
I think he's got the physio straight to him. The spray's out. Obviously, clearly it's a little knock situation. He's not been taken out for the way he's playing or anything.
Burden through the middle.
Well, for all young players there, an excellent example of how a crossover dribble followed by a Euro step just pretty much beats any defender who's going.
Bill, this guy's going to have to try shooting some threes. And it's Zach who tries to shoot the three. He thought he was fouled, nothing called.
I think he went down too easily. I think he was in danger of actually getting a tee for a flop.
Burden. Jack, 8 seconds on the shot clock. Burden. Canway is wide open for three. Can shoot the three. Doesn't make it this one.
Yeah, you love big guys who, in this modern game, big guys who can stretch the defense. That's got to be goaltend.
Absolutely.
They're asking for it. Whether they'll get it or not, I don't know.
Well,
I think the referees are going to discuss it.
He's asking for a review.
No, he's given him 2 shots. I think their coach is not impressed at all with that decision.
Notice there's no assistant, so he must be a bit lonesome tonight, I would have thought.
Derek Holmes at the line for 2. All right, Eagles fans, we need some noise in the house. Let me hear you.
Holmes on the line to shoot 2. Makes the first.
Come on now, Virtue Arena. I want more. I want to hear you loud.
And it's the second.
Checking if your Eagles Colon.
Colon coming on for Manny Canway. Burden all the way. Goga can't get anywhere near him. 2-point ball for the Eagles. 65-44. 5:45 to go in the third quarter. There's Holmes dancing to the basket and lays it in for 2.
Again, nice footwork. Stepped his way through the defense. Quality finish.
Burden seems to be really enjoying himself. Back out to Hammond. 4-3. Another assist for Terrell Burden Jr. Another 3 for Dion Hammond. 22 points. It basically feels at the moment as if it's Jaron Holmes versus the Eagles. Siska obviously playing the point guard.
Let's be fair. He's taking wide open shots. They're giving him the wide open shots. And he's executing really well in terms of its catch and shoot. He's got great rhythm on his shot.
Dion Hammond now up to 14 points. And there's Gus Okafor going. The thing at the moment is it seems to me as if like the Eagles can get any shot they want at the moment.
Well, I remember when Burden was signed, you told me he was a high energy player, played with, you know, real good speed, and that's what he's showing tonight. I mean, he's taken a little while to get used to SLB way of playing, but he was absolutely outstanding in that last quarter against the London Lions, and he's pretty much picking up and taking off from where he left on there.
I think the Eagles needed somebody to take the team by the bull of the horns and push them on, and he has certainly done that in the last 2 or 3 games. Obviously, Ray-Sean Taylor has been one of those players that's been looking to do that, but Burden's done really well again tonight. Siska comes inside.
Ray-Sean Taylor, without question, is a really talented player for this league. And maybe it's just the way it is. It's just that maybe he's better in the 2 guard spot rather than trying to run the point.
There's a whole lot of shaking going on now, Dave.
Yeah. But if you notice, Cole Long just drifting there, letting the other guys do the job inside.
Didn't make it this time.
Yeah.
Siska takes the rebound. I have to say, Andre Siska is probably trying very, very hard, but he's homers for 3. Terrell Burden got up the highest there. Gaff Bill puts it out.
Eagles ball. Who's ball?
Well, 3:45 to go. Lead now up to 22. No letting off from the Eagles, which is a good thing. It keeps, maybe it might be slim, but it possibly keeps alive a chance of going forward. But probably just as important to everybody in the Eagles camp, gets them in the right frame of mind for travelling down the M1 on Sunday to Leicester.
Yeah, tough game on Sunday. Terrell Burden takes a seat, gets a great report from the crowd. Really starting to become a crowd favourite. Ray-Sean Taylor, though, meanwhile, is up to 13 points as well.
Yeah, well, it's really pleasing from a crowd point of view to see more people in tonight supporting your game. But I think Les and his drum and his drumming team, I think, are helping to create a great atmosphere inside the venue.
Yeah, Les Harris, legendary.
Yeah, we talked
right across SLB. If you
right.
Nice pick off by Mitch Clark.
If they show this again, just watch Mitch Clark on defense. He plays the role brilliantly. He doesn't make it easy for them to move the ball.
So timeout call. We'll go to a Sport X advert, Studio X advert, and we'll see what the coach has got to say.
Yeah, I was talking about Mitch Clark. I thought his defense there was outstanding. Everything he did was absolutely right. He was seeing man, seeing ball. He got in the right position to overplay the pass. He never got himself in a position where he could be back cutting. And in the end, he got the reward with the steal.
Yeah, and it was a nice run out as well. Eagles now up to 75 points, 75-48. And you know, I spoke to Mark Stootle about this, and, you know, he wasn't even thinking about the qualification standings. He was just saying, it's a basketball game, Jeff. That means it's important and we have to win it.
Yep.
And that's exactly what they're doing right now. And it would be interesting now just to see whether that can give them that little bit more confidence. Kevin Mavart's back on. Holmes to Cisco. It's a foul by Ray-Sean Taylor. I always wonder as well, Dave. Look, I mean, it was a foul by Ray-Sean. He knows it was a foul. So, but when you're winning and you get your confidence, they do seem to acknowledge their fouls a little bit quicker as well.
The important thing to me tonight, Jeff, is the channeling this energy they're getting from this win, particularly into the defence and getting out in transition. Yeah, and there we go again.
Yeah, another great steal and slammed home by Gus Okafor.
They're playing the passing lanes tonight probably better than they've done at any time this season. And the last 2 baskets have come from interceptions in the passing lane, and they almost got another one there.
Well, they did get a turnover though, offensive foul. Eagles still had only 3 turnovers in the game, Dave.
Checking in for your Eagles.
Darius Defoe comes back on. Played 4.5 minutes in the first half.
Surveyor won't let the team down at all. He's taking his chance on the minutes he's had this year, and they've been, in the main, very productive.
Sean Taylor's three is too long.
He does a decent job on everybody he guards, and he certainly can't be left alone on the three-point line, which obviously stretches the defence. They don't recover on, they pay the penalty.
Mitch Clark to inbound to Cole Long for three.
Well,
another one splashes home.
On an inbound play like that, they'll look at the video after the game and say, what on earth was the defence doing on that?
Eagles now 11 from 25. Cole Long comes from behind and blocks Merva. Mitch Clark battles inside, and it's a jump ball called, and the arrow's in favour of Olomoucko.
You spend hours as a coach in your practices making sure that on a blob or a slob, obviously a blob is a baseline out of bounds, slob is a sideline out of bounds, that things like that don't happen. Not one pass and a wide open shot, particularly with a high percentage three-point shooter like Cole Long. It should not happen.
Eagles 11 of 26 from three-point range. They've shot 26 threes and 27 twos. You know, 66% from two-point range though. Pulpan gets the money up in the air. Goga goes for three, is off. Sean Taylor takes a rebound. It's a transition as well. The transition is very, very quick.
Well,
it's gotta be a foul
the main
by
thing from the
Merva.
Eagles' point of view is they didn't let up at all on that defence.
Yeah.
They maintained great positional play throughout the entire run of that defence.
1:48 to go in the third. 80-48 to the Eagles. Another foul. Puts them in the penalty, but it's only 1:48 to go. Eagles still with a foul to give. Sean Taylor shaking, baking, and Cole Long is deadly. 4-3. Now, maybe the question is how many Eagles can get into double figures? You know Jaron Holmes can because he's already there. Cole Long takes a great rebound. I think he was hit quite hard, but no foul called. But he held on to the ball.
I'll answer your question, Jeff, about where the Eagles can go in this game by saying to you, if you're one pass away from the ball, where should you be? Particularly if you're guarding Paul Long and you're one pass away from the ball. You do not give them a wide open three-point look.
Which has done it twice now, hasn't it, Dave?
Yep.
And there's another steal by Sean Taylor. I have to say that Olomoucko are absolutely going, and Cole Long has made three in a row. I'm not sure what they can really do. It's now 89-48, a 41-point lead. Jaron Holmes, like I said at the moment, is playing the Eagles on his own.
Yeah, and we've talked about and praised the Eagles' defence the entire quarter. Only 32 seconds left, and that's only the third or the fourth foul. So they've done this. They've put them under pressure without fouling, which is a dream of every coach.
Well,
that players can put team under pressure without committing loads of fouls.
Second quarter was 32-15. So far this quarter, it's 37-15 now, 34-15, sorry.
One more time, Virtual Arena, who's with me? Let's go!
There must be a long, I was going to say it must be a long time, but perhaps this is the only time I've ever seen Mark Stuttle as relaxed as he looks right now.
Well, you know, if he was old enough, he would sit back and light the cigar early, wouldn't he?
He would, yeah. He would. To go along with those 3 threes has suddenly moved from 6 points to 15 and leads the Eagles in scoring. Eagles have 5 players in double figures and 1 on 9 and 2 on 8. Cole Long turns down the first 3, makes the next 3. He's on a clinic right now. Siska gets a 3-point shot off. Hitchcock takes the rebound. And as they say, that's all she wrote.
Well, this is probably the easiest quarter break we've had all season in either the women's games that we cover or the 4 ENBL games that we've covered, because the Eagles are so dominant. And from a point of view of the real benefit to the Eagles is it's been led by their defense.
So here is the third quarter Cool Long highlight show. As Dave says, wide open, bang.
That shouldn't happen off a baseline out of bounds play.
And that one was a little bit further out, but he wasn't really contested. Another one coming there. Wow.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Long again.
This next one's my favourite.
Yeah, from the corner.
Great rhythm. Great rhythm.
That's because he's made the previous
Well, this one as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
5 in the corner. 6 to 9 years from 3-point range. He's up to 18 points personal. Fantastic effort. Just looking at the other Eagles, Rayshon Taylor 14 points. He's also got 5 rebounds and 7 assists. So he's filling up the stat sheet as well.
He's after a triple-double, is he?
Well, I don't know if he's going to pick up 5 rebounds in the final quarter. He might not even play much.
No,
he's
he won't.
going to start. But he needs 3 assists as well. But Eagles, well, the stat for me, or these stats for me, the bench points, 41 points from the bench. And you look at the plus and minus, which is something coaches look at it a lot. From the Eagles bench, Eagles are plus 43 when Taylor's on the court, plus 34 when Candy's on the court, plus 16 when Defoe's on the court, plus 49 when Long's on the court, and plus 35 when Clark's on the court, all off the bench. That's not to say the starters haven't done their bit either, but certainly the bench has been electric. Taylor, Long, turned it down first time. Oh, he's missed one. Goodness gracious. Capel. Pulpan kicks it out. Dominic Zach driving in, trying to get round. Offensive foul call for the hook.
I was just about to say what a great spin move from a big guy, but you know he's talking to the referee. If he's not careful, he's got his warning. You can see that. You just simply don't do that. You see all the contact that's gone in this game. That was minimal, and that's what you want from referees, let alone players. You want consistency.
Step back, 3 from Rayshon Taylor. The race for the game MVP certainly on the Eagles side. Siska.
Now, 2 parts to that.
Soviansky making good rebound, good run inside.
You'll talk about the great baseline cut, but will anybody talk about the lack of defense from the Eagles?
Well, I guess the Eagles probably feel they don't need to play much defense.
Well,
but it's habits, isn't it, David?
Yeah.
It's habits. And there's a habit that they certainly get.
Don't go away from your principles on defense.
17 3-point shots are made for the Eagles. Inside, Cavell. Now that's what they were doing early on when they had the 7-point lead.
That's right. I mean, they've almost frozen him out of the game.
Well, we said the Eagles had to have a big win, and they're certainly getting that win. Is this impossible dream on? Well, Taylor thinks I'm going to take another 3. Missed that one. Crowd getting a little bit. Oh, that's really poor ball handling. Clark gets away. Nice Euro step. Reverse work is good. Mitch Clark goes into double figures.
He's poaching really well, isn't he?
Well, that will be his third steal of the game.
Yeah. And everyone's been in a similar position.
And he's scored, I think, off all three of them. It's going to be a foul on Mitch Clark, I think. Yep. Just turned his, I think, turned away from the player. Yep, it really is 152 people.
Olomoucko with the ball.
6 Eagles in double figures. And if Burden comes back on and gets 2, and Gus Okafor comes on and gets 2, they would have 8 players in double figures. Siska, nice turnaround.
Yeah,
nice floater.
Nice move.
It's probably the third wheel in this. We haven't seen, and Dave pointed it out as well, we haven't seen Kobe Elvis since he went and sat down and he went to see the physio. I think he's probably looking at the scoreline and saying there's no point in me coming back anyway, but he'll just go.
Well, the physio was with him for quite a while. I mean, he's sitting there now looking reasonably comfortable, but obviously that's something that we're unable to do anything about.
Back to the hotel and consider the heartbreak. Taylor for 3. He is good again. Well, Eagles feel as if they can't miss really from that range and just keep on putting it up and banging away. Another steal, pull pan, another turnover. Go long for 2, slams it to us. And to be fair, it had to be a timeout. No other option. I mean, the timeout's probably just to try and slow the Eagles down rather than do anything tactical. But so we will go to the SportX advert.
The 2 guys are going to have 30 seconds to make as many baskets as possible.
Okay, so we are 105 to 54, 6:52 to go. Just looking at the Eagles scorers, Rayshon Taylor up to 23. Go Long 18, they're both from the bench. For the visitors, Jaron Holmes has 16 points, but that's from 16 shots. Elvis Kobe has 13, but he's sitting down on the bench. And Andre Siska has 7 points. He has got 7 assists as well, but he's also got 5 turnovers. They are now up to a number of 20 turnovers. The Eagles still on only 3 turnovers. Holmes for 3 is no good. Cole Long takes an easy rebound. Have you ever been in this position, Dave, where your team's been 50 points down?
Not that I can remember, at least I hope I can't remember.
Just makes me wonder what you can actually do as a coach or even a team, you know.
It's what you do after the game, really. I mean, sometimes you just have to put your hand up and say, this one's gone, guys. Now let's work out and get ourselves ready and up for the next one, because it's been a really disappointing night for them, but nobody in this building is complaining, apart from the visitors.
Well, even Darius Defoe getting in on the act now, and he knocks down a 3 as well. His first points of the night, they come from the 3-point line.
Yeah, well, we can relax a little bit in the commentary box, so it gives me a chance to say that I was once doing a game with Daniel Routledge. Daniel Routledge, you know, is absolutely brilliant with stats and everything else. And he told me that in his first 13 years at the Eagles, Darius took 13 3-point shots. Yet the game we were doing, Darius took 10 3-point shots in that one game.
Well, I think there was one time when Fab Vanoy really challenged Darius Defoe to start shooting a few more threes.
Yeah, because he would want him to become a stretch four.
Yeah.
Anybody who's not familiar with this time is when your bigs can shoot, then they force the defense to come out.
Mitch Clark for three is good.
I think the most interesting stat now that you can give everybody is what is the 3-point percentage of the Eagles as a team.
I shall give you that in a minute. I'm just waiting for the last one to go up. My math's not being very good, but before that, they've now shot 37 3-point shots and they've made 20 of them. So they're over 50%, well over 50%. Yeah. Foul there by Holmes.
Foul on Olomoucko number 13, Jared Holmes. It'll be Eagles ball.
Eagles are also, I mean, they've only got the line 11 times, but they're 11 from the line. They've got 26 assists in this game and only 3 turnovers. That's phenomenal. Call long steps through. I think it's going to be called a travel.
Yeah, I can't help thinking, Jeff, there's a lot of shades of last season in what's happening this season in terms of they had some early injuries. Through that injuries with the shortened roster, they played really well. Then they had to adjust to becoming everybody coming back to be fit. But this is sort of heading in the same way as last year, where not a good league position, but suddenly towards the end of the season when it really mattered, they became good, you know, and got all the way to the final at the O2.
Technical foul on Darius Defoe puts Siska on the line.
On Eagles fans, I still want to hear you roar!
And he misses the free throw.
Something we haven't mentioned all night, the only person who's mentioned it was the match night commentator when he was introducing the team, and when is Josh Ward-Hibbert expected back to play? Because to me, what he brings is tremendous energy to the team.
And leadership and defence as well, and he's not far away, Dave, I can tell you that much. Shocked a few people on Sunday in the final by suiting up.
Kick ball violation.
Well, in relation to the point guard Elvis, he's now got his arm in a sling. But I thought he was holding his right shoulder, but he's got his left arm in a sling.
Holmes keeps going. 2-point shot is good.
Well, this is too little too late, isn't it?
Yeah,
and really what Coach Stewart won't want is he'll want to maintain this big margin just in case, but he'll also want to maintain it as giving them confidence for going into Sunday's game, and he won't want to see them relaxing at all on defence, because that's been a huge part of this win tonight.
Yeah, and I think, Dave, you make great points there, and I think Mr. Stuttle must have been listening to you because he's called the timeout just to talk about it.
I wish it was the other way around. I wish we could hear what these coaches were saying. It's got to be the next invention, isn't it, for these, the next innovation. We're able to listen in on the coach's timeout.
Well, I think until they design a microphone which can automatically bleep, you're probably not going to get that. So it is 113-62. Eagles in front against Olomoucko. And let's just have a look at the Eagles scorers right now. So we have Rayshon Taylor on 25 points, Cole Long on 20, Mitch Clark on 14, all from the bench. Then we have Dion Hammond on 14, Maceo Jack on 11, Manny Canway on 10.
What's the Eagles' highest score this season?
And obviously this is the Eagles' highest score of the season. Must be one of the best defensive efforts as well.
The defence, as to me, has got 9+ out of 10. I almost said, you know, that famous saying, 11 out of 10. I think the majority of the game, they've played almost perfect defence. Pressure, but without unnecessary fouling. The two things that make really good defence. And obviously, they keep piling the points in. They'll keep extending the highest score this season, which will make everybody feel good.
No foul called. Holmes inside. Zach can't make it. Foul is now called. And despite the scoreline, Mr. Sootle's not happy at all.
Foul given on Eagles number 8, Dion Hammond.
Mark was called for a foul there, and Jaron Holmes was the one who pulled him. I think Mark looked as if he was wanting to get thrown out. So, technical foul on Mark Stootle, which shows how much he cares about what you said there, Dave, about finishing the game in the right way. That's what he's sort of saying. He wants his team to finish in the right way. Siska this time makes the free throw. Now, Dominic Zach will go to the line to shoot his 2 free throws.
Eagles fans, I'm going to need some more. I need to hear you louder.
Makes the first. Little bit of a run here. Not going to affect the final score, obviously. Misses a second. Taylor takes the rebound. He's got 6 rebounds and 9 assists to go with his 25 points. He's looking to me as if he wanted to, he's looking, oh well, he's gone for the 3, instead missed it. So Candy can't get up there, but Cole Long, he just tied it up really well. And that's a foul. And Jordan Huff.
Foul on Olomoucko number 7, Jordan. He sends Raysean Taylor to the line for 2.
Apologies to Jordan. Actually, like it's just check that the pronunciation should be Upo. Okafor about to come in. Raysean Taylor makes them both. Cole Long comes out.
Well, you can tell the fans have appreciated Cole Long's contribution to tonight's game.
Oh, he hit 5 threes in a quarter. It certainly helps. It might even be 6 according to him. No, definitely 5. Upo. Goga. Moving the ball around. Darren Holmes is going to attack it and try and get 2 more, and he does. He's up to 24 points personal. Not hard to see who's going to be the MVP for Olomoucko. Suspect that Raysean Taylor will get the Eagles. Okafor in the corner. Nice pass. So Candy drives inside. He tries to give it to Okafor, but he doesn't pick it up. Siska does. Holmes 4-3. He's short. Clark gets a hand on it. But Zach drives all the way to the basket. And it's a travel.
Well, in fairness to our visitors, they have really tried to keep playing in this final quarter. I mean, and I think that Zach's efforts there just highlight that is the case.
I think as well his reaction to the fact that he was called for the travel. I mean, they're still losing the quarter by 5, but 23-18 represents a much better effort from them than the last 2
Yeah, their
quarters.
problem was that last quarter.
Long, Clark, inside to Okafor. Oh, Okafor's missed it.
Perhaps a little too complicated in that offense.
Interesting that Terrell Burton hasn't been back out. I suppose he has definitely been kept for Sunday now. Well, you roll with what you've got.
Well, there's 2 arguments to that, isn't there? One is, yes, I agree with you, and the other one is that your point guard is so important to the team that sometimes you want him playing as many minutes as you think feasible.
Dominic Zach with another, Raysean Taylor has now decided, I'll not bother with a triple-double, I'll just score as many points as I can as he knocks down another 3 to take him up to 30 points for the game. Obviously, we're using this as his reel, his highlight reel. If he's looking for a contract next season, 33.
Well, he must have heard you because
7 of 11.
Yes, it pull up, step back 3, just everything he wants to see on his reel.
Incredible effort from Rayshon Taylor. And enough not Mark Stuttle, we think, taking him out and just so he gets a hand from the crowd. Doesn't look like it. No movement on the Eagles bench. 121-66 as Siska throws another one up. Taylor actually took, if that, he's given that as a rebound. He's gone close to the triple-double. He's got 33 points.
He'd probably like that to put in his resume, but at the end of the day, he's had a great game. And, you know, before when we talked about last week's game, I credited him with changing the way the Eagles played in that final quarter against Dubrava.
And you look at it, 35 points now. And he's got 3 shots. Did he get 2 shots? 2 shots. Eagles got the ball. Technical foul call. I didn't see that call. Obviously there was, though.
I'm not quite sure why the Eagles got the ball back, to be honest.
Must have been a technical foul, couldn't it? Dion Hammond from in the car park. Rayshon Taylor, no, he's missed it. Dion Hammond almost got the rebound. Pulpano gets it, beats him to it. Nice play.
Oh, that was a lovely play.
Mark Stuttle, 25.3 seconds, just called a timeout. I just wonder why he's done that.
Yeah. Lovely drop pass by Zach in transition and a great finish.
T-shirt throw, double timeout right now. If tonight wasn't good enough already, and you want to take over free T-shirt, I need to see you leave your seat, Eagles fans.
1, 2, 3, 68. Rayshon Taylor has 35 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists, and 5 steals. I think you can see he's had a game deal.
But if he knows that, he'll go for an assist in the last in this last play. Thing is, they've got to get the ball. They've got to get the ball and decide what Coach Stuttle says. Maybe somebody told Coach Stuttle what his stats are. Setting up a play for an assist for Rayshon Taylor.
I mean, his numbers are spectacular. I mean, it's like 11 and 19 from the field, 57%, 3 of 6 from 2-point range, 8 of 13 from 3-point range, 5 of 5 from the line. He's actually got an 8th rebound just awarded as well. So he's 35, 9, 8, and 5.
And add to that some good defense.
Well, 5 steals usually indicates good defense, isn't it? Ball inside, Kosoko for out. Taylor for 3 points. Is he going to get a 40-piece? Feels as though Mark Stuttle's trying to get him that 40 points. Oh, Taylor gets a steal. And here he goes. Oh, Mitch Clark puts it in for 2. And just Mark Stuttle says, that'll do me. Long conversation between the two coaches.
I think Coach Stuttle knows how it feels to be on the end of losses, but tonight he just wants to really enjoy the moment. 128 points. So, if my maths are correct, is that a 60-point win?
That's a 60-point win, and we said they needed a 40-point win. They've got a 60-point win.
So
unbelievable.
Now we need to know what's going to happen in Belgium next week. Is that right?
Absolutely, but I'm still not 100% sure whether that will be enough. But we'll find out. So it has finished here. It's finished here with the Eagles winning 128 to 68, and we're going to show you some highlights to play out. But from Dave and I, you know, Rayshon Taylor took over in the second half, Cole Long in the third quarter in particular, but he's shots from all over. The Eagles' final percentage there from three-point range, 53%, 23 of 43.
Wow.
43 three-point shots. They only shot 33 inside, but they won 22 of 33 inside. 77 points from the bench. Biggest scoring run, a 27-point run. And, you know, points in the paint. Well, believe it or not, they were outscored in the paint, 42 to 40. So, for the qualification, that is all over for the Eagles. They finish with a 3-5 record. They've obviously done their points difference, a massive bonus. We might just yet see the Eagles in the last round of 16. Not sure whether we will or not, but that will be decided next week. But it is a great way for them to finish their European campaign, Dave. We may well be back with the NBL action next season, or even possibly this season. But from here tonight, from the virtual arena in Newcastle, it is finished Newcastle Eagles 128, BK Olomoucko 68.